all are fit and fine at your places. I am Priyanka Bish from Ardent Progressive School. Today in this session, we'll be solving the numerical question based on the same topic which we have discussed in the previous class also, that is accounting equation. So here, we will be solving one numerical question based on the topic accounting equation. Question is, transactions of Miss Vipin Traders are given below. Show the effects of asset, liabilities and capital with the help of accounting equation. First transaction is started business with cash amounting to rupees 1,25,000, purchased goods for cash 50,000, purchased furniture from RK Furnitures on credit rupees 10,000, sold goods to Parul Traders costing 7,000 for rupees 9,000, paid cartage 100, cash paid to RK Furniture in full settlement 9,700, cash sales costing 10,000 for rupees 12,000, rent received 4,000 and cash withdrew for personal use rupees 3,000. So all these transactions are to be showed in an accounting equation. So starting with the solution part, first we will draw the format of accounting equation. Format is, we know, first we will record transactions, then we record the equation which is asset is equal to liabilities plus capital. This will be the column for transaction. So first transaction first is started business with cash. Started business with cash amounting to rupees 1,25,000. So here, as we know, business has been started with cash. That means there is an inflow of cash in the business amounting to rupees 1,25,000. Cash is considered as an asset. So we will open a column of cash on asset sides and we will record the amount 1,25,000. So if the business is starting with cash, this amount is a capital for the business as this amount is a claim against the firm, because 1,25,000 cash which is invested in the business, it is a liability for the business also, and this cash is considered as capital for the firm. So here capital column is open and it will be recorded with the amount 1,25,000. Now second transaction is purchased goods for cash. Purchased goods for cash amounting to rupees 50,000. So here in this transaction, goods have been purchased. Now goods, which is an asset, so we will open a column called goods. So there is increase in the amount of goods, increase of rupees 50,000. Now in this transaction there are two things which are affecting. First is cash, second is goods. Both are asset. So if one asset is decreasing with the amount 50,000, which is cash is decreasing with the amount 50,000. At the same time, the another asset which is good, it is increasing with the amount 50,000. So equation here is balanced. So goods purchased for 50,000 means there is outflow of cash because that goods has been purchased with cash. So we will deduct 50,000 from cash column. Now if we solve these transactions, we will get a new equation where cash amounting to rupees 75,000, goods 50,000 and capital amounting to 1,25,000. Now third transaction is purchased furniture from RK Furniture on credit. Purchased furniture on credit amounting to rupees 10,000. So here furniture is purchased. Furniture is an asset. So we will open a column of furniture on asset side. This furniture has been purchased on credit. That means we have not paid the amount of furniture. So if anything which is purchased on credit, which means we can make the payment of that asset in future. So a new column of creditor will be opened on liability side, because this amount is a liability for us. We have to pay this amount in future. So furniture purchased means there is an increase in asset side. So we will increase the amount of furniture here with the amount 10,000. And at the same time, creditors are also increased with the amount 10,000. So here new equation will be cash amounting to 75,000. Goods will remain same 50,000. Furnitures amounting to 10,000. Then creditors 10,000, and after that capital amounting to rupees 1,25,000. Now fourth transaction is sold goods to Parul Traders. Goods costing 7,000 and these goods have been sold for 9,000. Sold goods to Parul Traders. So in this transaction, cash is not mentioned. So we will assume that these goods have been sold on credit. Now goods amounting to rupees 7,000. 7,000 goods have been sold. So we will deduct this amount from goods because this amount of goods has been reduced. And these amount of goods, 7,000 goods have been sold for rupees 9,000 on credit. If the goods is sold for credit, that means we will get the amount in near future. So for this we will open a new column on asset side, which is debtor. Debtor is the asset because debtor is the person who have to receive the amount in the future. So 7,000 goods have been sold for the amount 9,000. That means we will receive this amount in near future. So in this transaction, there is a profit as goods were costing 7,000 and it is being sold for 9,000. There is a profit of 2,000 which we will add in capital amount, because with this capital amount, profit earned by the firm is also returned to the owner of the firm. So 2,000 profit is a liability for the firm. So now here by solving these two equations, we will get a new equation where cash amounting to rupees 75,000, goods amounting to rupees 43,000, furniture remains the same 10,000 and debtor amounting to rupees 9,000. And on credit, on liability side, creditors amounting to 10,000 and capital amounting to rupees 1,27,000. Now our next transaction is paid cartage. Paid cartage. So cartage is an expense. It will be deducted from cash as well as capital. Amount is rupees 100. As we know, expenses are always deducted from cash and capital. New equation will be 74,900 cash balance, 43,000 amount of goods, furniture amounting to rupees 10,000, debtors 9,000, creditors 10,000 and capital amounting to rupees 1,26,900. So this will be a new equation. Now next transaction is cash paid to RK Furniture. Cash paid to RK Furnitures on full settlement. Amount is 9,700. So as we know, in third transaction we have purchased the furniture from RK Furniture amounting to rupees 10,000 on credit, which means we have to pay to RK Furniture amounting to rupees 10,000. But RK Furniture has agreed to receive only 9,700 from us instead of 10,000. So 10,000 was the credit amount for us. We have to pay 10,000, but RK Furniture has agreed to receive only 9,700. That means our creditors has been paid off. We will deduct 10,000 from it. Why? Because he has agreed to receive 9,700 in place of 10,000. That means our creditors are now written off. Cash has been paid amounting to rupees 9,700. So we will deduct this amount from cash column. Here we have gained some amount. We have to pay 10,000 and we have just paid 9,700 because our creditor has agreed to receive only 9,700. So we have gained the amount of rupees 300. We have to pay 10,000. We have just paid 9,700. So here we are gaining the amount 3,000, which will be added to the capital. So by solving these transactions, we will get a new equation where cash will be amounting to rupees 65,200, goods 43,000, furniture 10,000, debtors 9,000, creditors 0, and capital amounting to 1,27,200. So I have carried forward the last equation where cash balance is 65,200, goods amounting to rupees 43,000, furniture 10,000, debtors 9,000, creditors 0, and capital amounting to rupees 1,27,200. Now our next transaction is cash sales. That means goods have been sold for cash. Goods costing 10,000 and it has been sold for 12,000. So here, as we know, goods have been sold. That means there will be decline in the value of goods. 10,000 goods have been sold. So we will deduct this amount from goods column, and it has been sold for 12,000. That means we have received 12,000 in cash. So it increases the cash balance. We will add this amount in the cash column, 12,000. Now 10,000 goods are being sold for 12,000. That means there is a profit of rupees 2,000 which will be added to capital column. So by solving this transaction, we will get a new equation where cash amounting to rupees 77,200, goods 33,000, furniture 10,000, debtors 9,000, creditors 0, and capital will be 1,29,200. This is the new equation. Now next transaction is rent received. Rent received is an income for the firm. Rent amounting to rupees 4,000 has been received by the firm. So it is an income, and we know income is added to cash as well as capital. So we will add this amount in cash column and in capital column. So your cash balance will be 81,200. Goods will remain the same, 33,000. Furniture 10,000. Debtors 9,000. No amount of creditor and 1,33,200 as capital balance. This is the new equation. Now the last transaction is cash withdrew for personal use, amount rupees 3,000. So cash withdrew for personal use is considered as drawings. So drawings will be deducted from cash as well as capital because it is being withdrawn from the business in the form of cash, and the same amount will be deducted from capital column. So we will deduct 3,000 from cash column and 3,000 from capital column. Our final equation will be 81,200 minus 3,000 is 78,200. We have cash balance. Then goods amounting to rupees 33,000. Furniture 10,000. Debtors 9,000. Creditors 0 and capital 1,30,200. So now if we total the asset column, we will get the amount, total amount 1,30,200, and the same amount we have on liability side also. So by this it is proved that the equation here is balanced, which means whatever effect we have shown of each transaction, it is correct. So this is how we will solve the numerical question based on accounting equation. In the previous class also we have solved the same question, but there was some limited transaction. Here we have seen a variety of transaction, and in the next class also we will solve the same numerical question, but there we will learn about some more new transaction. That's all for today. Thank you.